Hmm? Hmm? No, I just need to make sure you can flipping to get on. Hello, hello, hello. This is what I said I wanted to do this earlier.
Not available.
Hmm?
Just web page is not available. Okay, got it. Oh, I still got to sign up. Of course.
As I said to you.
Okay, dear. What was shop yesterday? You want my phone number? Hey, you gonna call me? You gonna call me?
Really, no.
Huh?
No.
Okay. Who's that? How did that in my hand? I don't know.
There you go.
Oh wow! So it's come up big on this screen. You did it differently before, right? Because before it was like that.
Yeah, I just made that full screen. So now I'm gonna muck around with it.
No, you have to show me now. Switching now. You have
Okay.
you've out with the teacher.
Yeah, so okay. Alright, let's go smaller. Alright, so I need to keep this small. So
Yeah, so it's like from
what I did last time was this.
that's how it was before.
Uh,
And then when you got smaller, it's like that.
is it loading again?
No, it's waiting. It's ready. It's catching up with what we've already got. Ready? This is what I'm on. Oh, shall I go in another room?
Hello, Danny, and anyone else who's just listening out there in the wonderful universe. Danny, can you just type in there in the chat box that you can hear me, please? Just say yay or yes or I love you or whichever one suits you. Okay, you should be able to hear me loud and clear. I was just typing there for no reason. Oh, I love you too, Buttercup. Thank you very much. We can now get started. Welcome to a very special episode of Exclusive Visions Entertainment. And this one here goes out to a very special woman who I would like to say she ain't just a woman, she's also a queen. Her name is Miss Danny Bleckner, or Ms. Danny Bleckner. Soon to be Miss Danny Williams, if she plays her cards right. Today, I wanted to put forward a short presentation which illustrates my feelings towards her. And I believe I got some good slides here together. But before I get started, I'd like to know from the listeners out there, what are you expecting from this slideshow? So just give me a comment or a statement of what you would like to see or what you are expecting. As you're doing that, I'm going to continue. So this presentation is called 5 Reasons Why I Love My Buttercup. Yes, it might sound a bit cheesy, but I don't care. This is how I feel, and it's all in regards to the wonderful relationship I'm in with a special queen. And the pictures you can see is one where I cooked her breakfast in bed, and Lord of the Universe or just fate just telling me and Danny that your name is Buttercup is when we found a buttercup within her salad. Never seen that before. And I thought to myself, that is a clear sign to call her Buttercup. Second picture you can see on the opening page is Danny and her birthday cake and her brownie and her two ice cream. And that illustrates hers because I thought we was going to be sharing, but I definitely thought wrong. As the way she just devoured everything, and I was left with small portions. But it was her birthday, and I guess she was allowed to do that. Danny, can you still hear me? That's all love. Okay, thank you very much. This is the first reason why I love my buttercup. It's because she is a queen. And this picture, which you can see here, is a wonderful picture that signifies how we both see each other. So I've had this picture up on my wall for years, and so has Danny. The great thing about it is we just didn't know each other. And surprisingly, we both had the same picture there. She had one of her king, I had one of my queen. And the great thing about it, we actually both did poems to really illustrate and go with this picture. My one was called My Queen, and her one was to my king. And I thought to myself, this within itself must be a clear indication from the universe, or from the ether, whichever one really resonates with you, because there's no way that you can actually put those two types of scenarios together and call it just a coincidence. That is something which I believe is very powerful from the spirit. When you really throw your tensions out there, you really will get what it is that you truly want. And I think we was both clear and very specific in regards to what we wanted. And I can clearly say that I got my queen, and I know she can definitely say that she's got a king. So that picture right there definitely shows that. She is the Empowerner. So within Exclusive Vision, this is a organization which I am one of the managing directors of. One of the words that we have coined is an Empowerner. This is someone who inspires, serves, and empowers other individuals to live to their highest vision. And this is something which my queen actually does. My Buttercup does to a marvelous high standard, and many people who interact with her, they see and feel the power and love that she emits from herself, and they are drawn towards that, and they actually are filled with great positivity for themselves to do even better. Because one of the things which my Buttercup is learning how what to do is really letting her own light shine, so therefore other people will have the same, will have the ability to do exactly the same thing. And as I'm watching her, as I spoke to her last night, and I said, watching her is like watching a fantastic movie that's been put together by one of the greatest directors, which is herself. As she is the main protagonist within her movie, everything that was unfold is done by her choices, her thoughts. And I think to myself that this lady is just phenomenal. My Buttercup is going to do not just great things, but she's going to leave a dent within the universe because of what she is capable of doing. And the more she realizes, the more she gets in touch with herself, it's the more value she's going to be able to bring to other people. And I think that is something which the world should really be sitting up and taking notice of, is what is she going to be doing? How is she going to be doing it? And who's she going to be doing it for? And it's those three things that is going to really make a difference within her life and everybody's life that she comes into contact with, not just now, but later on as well as she leaves a legacy. This is one of my favorite pictures. So we was looking for houses where we would like to live in. So let's imagine for a moment there are billions of different pictures you can get from just Google alone. And with all the houses, with all the pictures, of everything that could have resonated with both of us picked out this one house. Now, if that is not another indication of how we are definitely on the same page, that we are definitely in direct communication with each other, not just on a physical level, but also on a spiritual level, I don't know what is. This for me is something where I would want to actually, one of the things I'm looking to do is find out where the hell this house is and for us to just go and visit it, because I think that will bring it into a greater context for both of us. That we looked at this and we found this and it resonated with both of us. And I could definitely see our children growing up here, and our great children, grandchildren growing up here, and many great things, or even like this, just building a replica to this. I just have so much faith in regards to what we're capable of doing by working with each other. And I think that's very, very important for both of us to really understand that we are both powerful, but together we are own world that allows other people to truly see what we see, and which is love, the magic of life. And I want to say that again. It's the magic of life when we are here that is truly important. And I just want right now for all the listeners right now to really start tapping into their inner self and take a moment and start thinking to yourself, what is the one thing you want to be achieving in this month, before this month ends in January, that is going to show how much you love yourself and also love your partner. So let's take a moment right now. What is that one thing you're going to make sure that happens, that you show that you love yourself, but also you're loving your partner? Number four, she knows how to refine herself. One of the biggest things that I find out and listen to within relationships. So when my friends come to me or family members or you're watching these things on TV, one of the things that you see a common theme that reoccurs time and time again is when people get complacent in regards in their relationship. So they put all this effort in the beginning of the relationship to really to compensate, to compromise, and to just coexist with each other. But what they don't do is that there's that deep understanding of refinement, which is a lifelong journey. It's not just until you get that man or until you get that woman. It's a lifelong journey that both individuals must undertake. So therefore, that the relationship doesn't feel stale, that it's always growing and it's innovating. Because as we grow, it's like every 7 years, our life changes. So imagine when you was just born, when you was just born, that 7 year period till you turn seven, you can see there's a massive difference. When you're seven, when you're just born, there's a great difference. You're understanding, you grow, and you learn. From your 7 to your 14, there's like you started puberty when you hit 14, but you can see that that transition from 7 to 14, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of growing, and it's the same thing from 21 to 28 to 35 to 42 to 49, and there's always learning. So you're always gaining a new life. And there's a great quote which I love. It's like, yes, we only have one life to live to the best of our abilities, but within that one lifetimes, we can live many different chapters. I want you to take a moment and think about that. What is the next chapter of your life going to be? If you are the author of your own life, if you are creating the characters, the people who are coming in, the people who are coming out, if you are controlling the main character of that story, which is you, what is the main protagonist in that story? What are they going to be doing in the next 7 years? And that is very, very important. That's where the refinement needs to be coming in. And we need to be always asking ourselves that question. What's the one thing we can do better every single day to refine ourselves? So when I look at my buttercup, that's what she does. She refines herself. She's met me, and she listens to what I say. She takes on what I'm saying as truth. But what the beautiful thing, what makes her unique, makes her really special, is the fact that she goes out there and tests it. She tests the model for herself. So therefore, it can become true for her. Because what we sometimes do, we either negate what people say and just don't listen to them and don't implement anything. So therefore, our lives just stay the same, or we just implement just to please the other person and not really understand why we're doing it for ourselves. So everything that we do must always go back to I. And this is the only time I would say to be selfish, because you've got to be the best you to be able to give the best to others. That was hard right now. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again. That was hard. You must be selfish enough to do the best for yourself, so therefore you can give the best to others. And it's very important that we really work with each other to make that refinement. It's not just, hey, I have this idea how you can look better. It's like no. You got to understand the individual. The individual's got to understand you and know what is best for us, but also what is also best for you, because you always got to be happy with yourself. So therefore, you can produce more happiness for the other individual as well. So you can create a greater environment that is more peaceful for both of you to live in and cohabitate together. So before I move on to the next and final slide, I would like to know your thoughts so far. What is three things you have learned from this talk about my buttercup, and three things you can say, or just one other thing which you feel that you can implement from today moving forward. So three things you have learned from my buttercup, and just one thing you can implement from today moving forward, which is going to refine your life. I think this is a time I wish I learned. I need to learn how to put music on this, because this is a great music time right now. Now, this slide here is the all important slide. Number five, she understands her life's purpose. What many people fail to understand, I like that. You must make sure your own cup is filled before you can fill the cups of others. That is absolutely beautiful. And these are the wonderful messages that my buttercup produces, and it stimulates her man, her king, to always up his game and know that to always raise the bar. Knowing that I am a very competitive person, she uses things that really stimulates me, which really helps us in the long run. And the greatest thing which I love is she gave me room to refine myself and really position myself in this relationship absolutely well. In the beginning, my energy was all over the place. Like my flame was just haywire. But I told her that I will be able to focus it, and most of the stuff I was doing in the beginning, which was just probably a bit annoying, is now it's been more refined and more focused, because she gave me that time and space to be able to focus my flame. Now I have a roaring flame, which is now focused on the end of this year where I want to propose to her. So it's so beautiful when you're able to grow and develop in an environment which has been created by both of you, which is very fertile for your mind, body, and spirit. If you do not have an holistic relationship where you're open to all aspects of your life, and that's the, as my buttercup will say, the good, the bad, and the annoying. I said challenging, but she says annoying. But hey, we can make reasonable adjustments. It's very important for us to really understand what is important for both of us. So that's where the love comes into it. But to love oneself, you've got to know your purpose. And being in the brilliance and the genius of my buttercup, I've seen not only does she know her purpose, but she lives it with integrity. She knows she's not perfect, and we never ever look to strive to be perfect, because once you hit perfection, that's it, you're dead. So there's no more room for growth. But we're always looking to be our absolute best. And we always know that once we hit that level, there's always something we can do to get us to that next level. And that's why so many people live to an old age, because they have that childish hunger to always learn and always to grow. And that's what I have around my buttercup, is that ability to really think for myself. I can do better, and I want to do better, not just for her, but for myself, because I know once I love myself more, I can give her more love. And she has understand that same thing. So looking at her purpose, where it is to empower, to serve, inspire other individuals, which very complements her king's purpose, which is to empower, serve, and to inspire individuals as well. It's a catalog of great ingredients that will make a great recipe, which will then equal a great outcome for our future by us really working together in a co-creative way, where we both respect each other's geniuses, we both respect that we both know our purpose, and we have aligned our vision in accordance to what is best for us. but we also understand that we are powerful individuals at the same time, that where we have different interests that comes together makes a greater future. And it's all about leaving a legacy. Everything that we're doing in accordance to our purpose is to bring value, is to leave a legacy, but also to create freedom, a piece of freedom, or freedom of peace within our lives. If that's financial, if that's spiritual, if that's mental, but everything that we do, we know that we can have a piece of heaven on earth. And I know I've got my peace. I've walked through the gate of heaven on earth as I look into my buttercup's face every morning, even though when she is snoring, it's kind of is loud these days because she's not feeling well. My goodness, is it loud? But hey, reasonable adjustments. I still love my buttercup nonetheless. I love her more every single day. That's one of the things which I'll be implementing every day is what's one thing I can do just a little bit more is really tap into my the love within inside of me, and then sharing that with my buttercup to then bring about a more flourish and refined relationship within ourselves. So I feel that our future is endless with great possibilities, and I live every single day. I wake up every single day with great anticipation of wondering what we're going to be achieving. What is it within the kitchen of life are we going to be creating with the ingredients and the recipes that we've got? So I hope that you have a greater understanding of my buttercup, Ms. Danielle Bleckner. She is someone who, for me, is powerful, phenomenal, and she is sensational. I was going to read the poem My King, but that's too personal. That's for me. But as time goes on, I do feel that we will be sharing so much more. Just thinking right now, we've come across a platform called Blab, and last night or this morning, I believe it was, I was meditating and I saw both of us on there doing a empowerment inspirational show that helps people really discover their purpose and value and value for life. So that's probably something for everybody to look forward to. Two powerful couples, what we call it, the PCE, powerful couples of excellence. And hopefully, before I leave, I'd like to know one thing that really resonated with you while you was on this call. And that's going to be our final call to action before I leave. So I'm going to give you a moment just to write that down. One thing that really resonated with you during this presentation. Oh yeah, just before I sign off, if you can also just write down in your comments one thing that you would like me to do a presentation on, that would be absolutely wonderful. Because that will also help me then to prepare something which I know is going to bring value to the people who are out there. Because I think it's very important that people understand that everyone has a genius. Everybody knows something which can enhance someone else's life. I know a lot about entrepreneurship, especially about business model and strategy. This is where my forte lies. But I also know a lot about finance, and I know a lot about developing oneself. So if there's anything out there that you want to discuss out of those three subjects, so that's entrepreneurship, finance, or discovering oneself, please just just send me a message now, so therefore I can prepare something for you for the next time. And I definitely would love to see you and hear from everybody who's been active on this chat. I look forward to speaking to you soon, seeing your growth, and just please keep me updated in regards to where you are, what you're doing, and the refinements that you have made within your own life. I love you always, forever, and tomorrow. And I hope that you follow me and see my growth and support me along my journey. So, on that note, I bid you a fantastic afternoon, a productive year, and I hope you leave a legacy for the next generation. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Babes, come downstairs. I'm done now. That was hard. That was hard. Yeah. Woman, come downstairs. King's talking.